look at you, I feel something inside. Oh, we're fated to meet, you and I, like the stars shining brightly in the night sky. I'll forever stay right here by your side. Every time I would write a poem all about you, all the words in my mind, I remember like I'm with you. When the lonely nights come, I'll be always here to protect you. Oh, do you hear my heart? It's true. Forget this not to. Hi there, welcome to Peace of Your Mind. If you're wondering as to what our topic for today will be, in fact, you have already listened or have already encountered the first part of our content for today, which is a song cover of Taeyeon's A Poem Called You. For those who haven't watched it, it is actually an official soundtrack of IU's Hotel de Luna, a Korean series. Please do watch it. And now, moving on to the second and final part of our content is what made me start writing poetry. Most, if not all girls and women have someone, particularly a guy, whom we call as an ideal. Well, I am not an exception, as I have in my head formulated a meticulous list of what I call an ideal guy. So that was actually the starting point or of the story as to what made me start writing poetry. So you see, I had an ideal guy which is based on a list. A list that I never thought would actually happen. Something that is very impossible. Because as they say, life, or when it comes to relationships, life doesn't give you what you want, but what you need. Then came college, and yes, I was focusing on studying, but then, to my surprise, I have actually met someone whom was like, this is not to exaggerate, but really someone who was a human form of my ideal list. Yes, the guy whom I thought was impossible to actually exist is now in a human form. So that was something that I really couldn't believe myself until I have became friends with him and talked more with him, exchanged ideas, and basically, the process, getting to know someone. And that was actually the good part, because we connected, or at least our ideas clicked. There was what you call a soulmate kind of feeling, at least from my perspective. So, long story short, I did what was the usual thing that you do if you like someone. I confessed not just once, but twice. Yes, you heard me right. But what happened was, I also got rejected not just once, but also twice. This very event is basically what made me start writing poetry, which is equals to being broken broken-hearted. For those who were actually expecting a motivational story, I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but it is the long story short of why I started poetry. Yes, I was simply broken-hearted, and I don't know why, but this particular guy, the feelings that I felt, it really made me want to write poetry. Not just one, not just two, but a lot of poetry. The notebooks that you have seen earlier had every poetry about him. So I actually consumed 3 notebooks. Not page per page, but you see, the process of moving on didn't just end with one notebook for me. He occupied a space in my heart and in my mind for a lot of years. But now I can finally say that I am okay and free. So yes, that was basically why I started writing poetry. And if you do want to check it out, I will put on the link below my Facebook page of the poems I had written when I was undergoing all of this experience. So yeah, that's it. I was basically brokenhearted because I thought that I had met an ideal guy, but as it turns out, it was not mutual. So I turned to poetry by writing into 3 notebooks as my healthy way of moving on, and now I'm finally okay and free. I hope you do find inspiration even in brokenness. I guess this is what I have learned from my experience. Anything in life, not just in relationships, that you will get rejected. But at the end of the day, it is what you do after such rejection or failure that truly matters. So, to everyone having a hard time right now, or to someone who feels rejected or who feels unmotivated because of a certain failure in life, please do remember that it is not final and it is not fatal. Like what I did, I used the brokenness that I felt to do something positive. I found it best to move optimistically and not drown myself in melancholy. So that's the basic story of why I started writing poetry, and this is how a poem called You is actually related and hits home when it comes to my story as to why I became into poetry. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for tuning in.